Hey Live at 2:35.
Wait, hang on.
Hey Live at 2:35. This is IB Keith. This is the B-roll with Big John C. and IB Keith. That's in the title too, you know that. I know some people say I'm so full of myself, but yeah, it's not true. It's not true. I don't think
You're
it's
full
true.
of yourself. Never.
Thank you for the vote of support, I guess. This out to convince you, but I'll take it. Yeah, we're gonna have another beautiful, wonderful show. Yes, and here's my disclaimer. I gotta remember to put disclaimers. I just gotta remember to put disclaimers.
Don't be saying things about our technical quality. Don't be saying.
I may say something that piss people off in general.
There you go.
And don't be saying anything about the technical quality.
That's what public access is.
That's what public access is. But
it's freedom of speech.
And it's a law. It's a standard. We set the standard here, man, because we're gonna push the envelope. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, you're about to find out. Actually, somebody actually told me, saw my show, and I called them up. They said, "Yeah, I saw it. Yeah." I said, "Oh, cool."
All right.
I said, "All right." Now we need 14 million more, and we good. So I'll be Keith. That's the show, and like I said, I got Big John C working the equipment, and here I am. I'm just being me. So here we go. It's gonna have a wonderful show. Like I said, again, it sounds kind of redundant, but that's okay. We're good with this. The big thing is going to be about a few topics. One of them going to be, I forgot.
You can't forget.
I forgot what the topic's going to be about. Okay, Trump is going to be in there somewhere, right? It's going to be also prosecution.
You did good last week. You went to like about 40 minutes without mentioning his name. What were we talking about? Basketball or something?
Oh, we're going to talk about basketball.
Yeah.
That's right. We're going to talk about basketball.
Are you a Knicks fan?
Am I a Knicks fan? Knicks is a heartbreaking organization. But yeah, they're doing good this year.
They are.
Actually, I've been watching the playoffs, and I've been watching the playoffs. Been watching the Knicks, L.A., Denver, L.A., and I haven't seen the Timberwolves with that kid. What's his name? Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, and crushing the Phoenix Suns with Kevin Garnett and Kevin Durant. Kevin Garnett. He used to be on the Timberwolves. Kevin Durant and his crew. I mean, this kid, they build him as the next Jordan, right? And that's the what do you call that? That's not the litmus, but that's the bar, right? That's the bar. Like Kobe Bryant was considered to be Jordan 2.0, which I would have to dispute, but I get the analogy, right? So they're talking about Ant-Man is there, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. But I've been watching them, and I want to clear something up from the at the end when we talk about the NBA and my position with the L.A. Lakers. When people talk about we're gonna sweep, I'm gonna get into that. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. But there was other things that I wanted to talk about. And what was it? Can I actually see what my thing was?
You want to see what your thing was? Do you want me to entertain the audience while you see what your thing is?
No, I'm afraid if I go into it, it's going to be a wrap. It's going to be the end of the live stream. Can I actually go back and see what the description is?
What into your? I wouldn't touch it.
I wouldn't touch it. Okay, well, that's it. That's his professional opinion. That's what I'm taking. His professional advice. So yeah, what was I saying? I know what it was. Raise the bar. They had a conference this past Friday and Saturday. I think the whole weekend, Friday through the weekend, at Hillsborough County Community College, located in Tampa, on Tampa Bay. What's that? Tampa Bay? Is it Tampa Bay Avenue? I think it's Tampa. It's called Tampa Bay Avenue.
HCC.
HCC is between
Dale Mabry. Yeah, Dale Mabry campus is on Dale Mabry.
But the entrance is on Tampa Bay. It's between Tampa Bay and what's that other street? Martin Luther King, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of effed up. I'm gonna tell you because they got Martin Luther King in big letters, right? Martin Luther King, right? To go in, but you can't really go in from Martin Luther King. You have to you have to go around to go in from Lois Avenue or Tampa Bay, right? Tampa Bay is really the best way to go in from the Tampa Bay Avenue side. You go in that way, boom, right? And so I was thinking Martin Luther King. I'm like, I'm lost.
It's called the Dale Mabry campus for a reason.
Yeah, but the entrance is there. The entrance is not on Del Mabry.
It's on Tampa Bay Drive.
It's on Tampa Bay Drive. Yeah. I'm like, what the heck is this? So I finally got in. I came in. I had to drive around.
The only thing off MLK is the Steinbrenner Field.
Exactly.
Side, yeah.
No, and the youth detention center.
Okay.
Yeah, the youth detention center. Right? I'm like, okay, all right. This is kind of weird. And I had gone there before. I went there for the Obama conference. When Obama came to Tampa, I went there and I had no problem.
When Obama came to Tampa in 2012.
2012.
Did you know
what
that we because that's when he was at UT, right? Is that what you? Or are you talking?
No, he was at the HCC.
Oh, so he came twice.
Yeah,
I think it was 2000. It must have been 2009 that when TBCN was still downtown at UT
on North Boulevard.
North Boulevard, yeah. One day the Secret Service came to the door and they had dark No, I'm just saying. They looked like Secret Service.
They had something to make people go.
And they were asking us a bunch of, and they were telling us that Obama's coming to visit. Can we close your station down?
You're like, what?
And we were like, yeah. We're like, what? We're like, yeah. And they closed their station down for security.
Wow.
Obama drove up because they were playing that he was having the town hall meeting in the gymnasium or whatever that
right.
Okay. And they needed to have a back route in for security and so we closed our station out, but they did give us our media credentials and I got to be part of the media pool and we made a show out of it.
Cool.
So I ran camera for President Obama. I did.
Cool. I actually met him when he was going, where was it? Fordham or City College. It was out there in City College. This was before he was dope. It was before he was in public service, period, because he was coming down there. And I was like, well, we had a conversation on the steps. But he
You and Obama?
Huh?
You and Obama?
Yeah.
That's great.
But he wasn't Obama. He was Obama.
He was just some guy named Obama.
Some dude that looked like a sore thumb, dressed like a sore thumb out of the out of the norm. I was like, dude, where you from, man? That's the conversation. I was like, dude, where you from, man? You're not from New York, because he had the Midwest look with the like
what
the cowboy.
What year was this?
Oh man, this had to be 2005. Something like that. He had came to Silly College, and I was like, dude, I don't know why you want to get into politics in New York. You need to go back to where you come from, man. I'm serious, because
good thing he didn't take your advice.
Yeah, to get into New York politics is crazy. You got to know somebody.
Yeah.
Like Donald Trump saying, I've been in politics. Donald Trump, you got a 40-year, no, what is it, 30-year, $40 million tax deal for 30 years. That's a $1.2 billion tax deal, right? You got a tax cut. How? Because he knew he was in with the politicians. And also, he had Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
He had Jeffrey Epstein. I was like,
what, the man he never saw before in his life?
Yeah, when I saw Jeffrey Epstein and him had a relationship, I said, oh, no wonder he got that deal. Because when he first got that deal in 1980, I was like, that's a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
That's a deal right there. But now we know why it was Jeffrey Epstein. So I met way back. I met a lot of people way back in the days before they were who they are. And people, when I tell them,
For instance, besides Obama.
No, I'm going to give it to you. Ron DMC.
Who?
Ron DMC. Ron DMC. The Kings of Rock.
Oh, you said Run DMC.
Ron DMC.
I thought you said Ron Dempsey.
Oh,
who the heck is Ron Dempsey?
Yeah,
Run DMC.
Yeah. I met him out they were out in Far Rockaway, like in the 40s or something like that, because there was In the
In the
40s. No, not the years, but
right.
no,
Like,
no. That area it runs by numbers. It runs by
yeah.
street numbers.
Gotcha, I gotcha.
And so the 40s was like right, between Beachtown Drive. There's between Beachtown Drive and the projects, right? You have
This is Brooklyn?
no, this is in
Manhattan?
Far Rockaway, Queens.
Oh, Queens.
Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and met them, and they was like, there was just two dudes that was going to perform in a rap show, right, in the community center over there, right? I met them. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. It was like, just chit chat because I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And they're from Hollis, Queens, and so. They walking around with the leather on and something, and Adidas. That's how they was walking around. Like, all right, cool. All right, so I met them. Mike Tyson, before he was somebody. I think he was on the Mugby one morning.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I think he was out the Mugby one morning. We was walking by the Albany projects between where was it? St. Mark's. It's between Albany and Troy. We was on the Troy Avenue side between St. Mark's and I want to say Bergen, St. Mark's and Bergen, and yeah, met him there. He was a kid. He was a young kid. Because I'm like a.
What'd you say to him? I mean,
I asked him, what are you doing out there? It was like 4:00 in the morning.
What do you mean what I'm doing? What do you mean?
No, he wasn't talking like that. It was before that voice came in. Because I was walking from my sister's house who lived on Bedford Avenue, right? My sister's house, Bedford Avenue. I was walking from there to East New York, to Brownsville, right? To where I lived at. So I'm walking, and I'm walking through by the project because I'm a kid. I'm a street kid. I don't care. This is how I walk.
this is how I walk.
Yeah, I walk.
You got a problem with the way I walk?
Dude was walking. First, he was walking like to me, and so I'm not deviating. I'm walking to him, and he's like moving over to the side. We have a conversation, and I said, dude, what are you doing here, man? I mean, what are you doing? He said, well, I'm practicing for what? I'm training for what? For boxing. For boxing, because I like boxing. I just like boxing, right? Yeah, dude, man. What else you got going for you? And I told him about the incident. I told him about the thing with my brother. Had a sidekick. My brother had a sidekick. My brother had a few sidekicks, but it was one that was he was into boxing when he was young, and he became a punching bag. I mean, with the and people was picking on him. That's how him and my brother got real close because my older brother JT was like, yo, dude, man, y'all need to back up off of him because my brother was a fighter. He was just a fighter, right? He wasn't no boxer, but he was a fighter. He was a boxer. That's what it took. Throw you down, grab you, slam you on the ground. That's my brother, my older brother, right? So yeah, and I told him about that. I said, yo, dude, if you're gonna be in this thing, you need to be 100%. You need to train like 100%. You gotta train. You don't train for 12 fights. And at the time, remember,
Look at you giving Mike Tyson advice.
Mike Tyson advice, but this was before he was Mike Tyson, right? And so what happens that I was telling him, dude, and that's when remember they had the 15 rounders.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when they had the 15 rounders. And I was telling him, yo, dude, you got to train like you got to train for 30 rounds. You got to train for 30 rounds. There's no 15 rounds. You can't train for 15 rounds and hope to go fight a 15-round fight. You got to train for 30 rounds. And Mike Tyson. So who else? Public Enemy.
Oh.
I kicked them out of us at the site I was working on because I was working a secondary site in Park West, Midtown Manhattan. I kicked them out because they came in there to have a rap contest. I'm like, what? What? What are you here for? So I was like, yeah, there's supposed to be a rap show, rap battle, we've been battling over here. And I was like, okay. So I went and said, all right. I went to the cafeteria and said, yo, come here, man. Come here. Yo. Y'all got a rap contest going on in here? No, kids, because I'm talking to the kids. I'm like, y'all got a rap contest coming on here? And they're like, yeah, Mr. T. Dude. Y'all didn't tell me about it? Yeah. You actually brought some strangers in here into this building knowing the stuff that's going on already with police and all that stuff. You know you're about to get, and I told him, look, my man, no offense. I'm not trying to critique you or anything like that, but you know you guys are about to get arrested, right? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, because right now you're trespassing. Dude, you know y'all can't do, and here's the thing. When I started working there, my attitude, I wanted to be that guy that wasn't there for me. You know what I'm saying? I had a security guard when I was younger in high school that basically talked to me, right? Anybody else, I just didn't want to hear it. You know, I was a rebellious type individual. My family tell you I was rebellious. I had a militant mind, frame of mind. You know, my state of mind was militant and streetwise and all that other stuff. So I was like, yo, dudes, y'all gonna have to go, man. There can't be no contest here. And I told them, look, here's the deal. If you guys want to have a talent show or something like that, fine. Let me know. I will support you. I will support you all the way through the administration. All right, you know me, right? But you can't be having people come in here just like that. And the same thing happened with what's it Kid and Play. Kid and Play, the exact same thing. Like, dude, what are you doing here? And don't try to look like my kids, because I know all my kids. I know all, especially the troublemakers. I know all of them. You want me to? I call them all by name.
What was your position?
I was my position. I was an educational associate.
Okay.
But if you want to know what my duties were, it was like everything that wasn't getting done. That was me. You know, because I was that guy who was a street kid, right? A former, coming from the streets. And I knew this, and I had to stress the importance of having both educations, your street degree, your street bachelor's MS, which is equivalent to the traditional BA and S, BS, MS, and all those degrees. So you got to balance this out, and that was me, because I chose not to get the other one, which was the legal documentation, the certification. And that's what caused me a lot of problems later down the road. And I saw them with the potential to just go ahead and go forth. So anyway, I would tell them like that, things like that in their ear. So Kid and Play, got them. Who else? Eddie Murphy.
Oh, Eddie.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, when he was funny.
Before he was funny. He was funny. No, before he was famous funny.
Yeah, he was probably always funny.
Yeah, he was always funny. That's where it came. I forgot what happened. Let me see. I was working like on 14th Street, right? 14th Street, and he was out there carrying on the show. I mean, he was literally like cracking jokes and blah 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 blah. Blah. And I was looking at him. He's like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Yeah." So yo,
he was doing honeymooner impressions or whatever.
No, he wasn't big. He wasn't doing this impressions. He was just talking trash. I said, you know what, man? You funny, dude. I said, you funny. You ever heard about the 3rd Avenue improv thing? He's like, what's that? It's like right down here on 3rd Avenue, because we was on 14th Street. I think it was about 6th Avenue, 7th Avenue over on 14th Street. And I was like, yeah, it's right over here. And a lot of people go over there, do the improvs and all that stuff, man. And it's like, yeah. So he went there. And then he went to audition with the Saturday Night Live, right? And he got that. So I was like, cool, man. That's cool. And I'm looking at as he progressed. And here's the thing. He remembered me, but then I was insulted when I saw him later on, because he was doing an album signing for, I don't know, he did this album, right?
Delirious or whatever?
No, not the comedian. He did a song album.
Oh.
And I was one of the few people, actually it was a lot of people, but I was one of the people that went down there and bought the album. Matter of fact, I want my album back. My niece got it. She jacked for me. And his favorite song,
Party All the Time?
Party All the Time.
Yeah.
Rick James.
Yeah.
Rick James wrote that for him, right? So every time I got my brother, right? My sister's husband, I call him my brother, right? I call my brother, right? He keeps cracking jokes about that song. And my niece, she's like, yeah, I got the album. I was like, hold up, how'd you get my album? She's like, yeah, I got my album. And it's better safe with her than me, I'm sure, because I lost a lot of albums. Right? Back in the days, I had a lot of albums, and they disappeared. So, yeah, who else?
I don't know. Who else?
Wow. 50 Cent.
Yeah?
Before he was 50 Cent.
I know 25 Cent.
25, I don't know about him.
He used to be on Bubba's show.
So 50 Cent was it was weird, because I was just walking. I was older. I was like in my 30s, my early 30s, and I'm walking down the street, right? coming down Fulton Street, walking downtown, right? And on the side by St. James on Fulton Street, there's like a group of young youth standing up there, right?
Youths?
Youth, yeah, youth.
Youths.
Youth.
Youths.
Youth.
Two youths.
2 youths. It's 2 youths. Yeah, it's about six youths. Six guy youths and 1 female youth.
Did you just say youths?
Yeah. Yeah, youths. What's wrong? So anyway, that in case y'all don't know what that is, that's Joe Pesci from what was that?
My cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
In which Marisa Tomei,
Melissa Tomei.
she got her Academy Awards from.
That's right.
Right. So anyway, so we're walking and I start talking to her. And it's like I just stopped. You know, cause that's me. I just stop. It's like, okay, hey, what are you doing, man? You know, I'm looking at them, and over here you got the people I passed by. Was at the time they had no names. At the time they had no names, but the group was. You'll be surprised. Take a guess.
The Jackson 5. No. Somebody from New York.
It was from New York.
Beastie Boys. No.
Nah, it was
No.
it wasn't Beastie Boys. That was after the Beastie Boys.
Okay.
Name from Brooklyn. I'm gonna give you some names from Brooklyn.
I don't know.
That's a hint from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. What do I know from Brooklyn?
Okay, here we go.
I'm from Jersey.
Here we go. Here we go. All right. 50 Cent was there, right? I said 50, but that was before he 50 Cent. Young kid, right?
Yeah. Jay-Z?
Boom.
Yeah.
You ever hear the track? I'm from the gutter.
Uh-huh.
That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
He was standing right there in the street, literally in the street, up on the stairs, right? Up the stairs were, guess, another one from Brooklyn. Go ahead, say his name.
Another one from Brooklyn.
I love it when you call me Big Pop. But
Oh.
Biggie Small.
Biggie.
Big, but he was just Biggie at the time.
Yeah.
He was just big,
Yeah.
big kid. Next to him,
Yeah.
guess who else?
You're
no-
quizzing me on my rap knowledge, which is very.
He's no longer with us, but he's one of the most famous rappers out here still.
Yeah. What's his name?
It's not Pac, it's Pac. Tupac.
Yeah.
Tupac. And I think I'm not sure about who the other kid was, but I think it was Big L.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Big Lamont from Uptown, Midtown. And who else? The young lady that I said I passed by was with two guys standing next to her. She was the original Queen Bee,
Okay.
Little Kim.
Mm-hmm.
And people say, "Oh, you're crazy." These people I know, because I knew him before you knew him, because you didn't know him until after their names was up in lights. I knew them before their names, or talked to them before their names ended up in lights.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got no problem.
Not to name drop, but.
Not the name drop, but some of them should give me my money. Some should pay me. And Ron Dempsey, you owe me props, man. I ain't forgot. I ain't forgot. That was like 1980. I think I met them in like 1980.
Yeah.
1980.
Had to be.
Yeah, 1980 before they blew up.
Mm-hmm.
I remember 1980, and you owe me my props. Daddy Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy Kane. I met him. Well, when I was going to the Chinese restaurant on the corner, he was standing in front of the Chinese restaurant, but he wasn't Daddy Kane. He wasn't Daddy Kane, and we had a conversation. Boom. And if you look at one of his videos, you're going to see, because he's from Brooklyn, East New York, Brownsville, East New York. There's a kid when he's rapping and he's like nodding him out, this big, heavy, little muscular young kid, right? So he's, he looks like he's like knocking him out in the video, right? So that kid's name was Monty, and he was from right there where we were from, where I was hanging out, which was right there on East New York and Eastern Park. It's in East New York Brownsville, but it's on Eastern Parkway and Pacific, like right across the street from the Knights of Columbus. Yeah. Oh, here's another one.
Another one.
Another couple. And this is gonna blow your mind. I'm walking. Listen, hold up. You got me deviating. We could have did this on another show, man. You got me distracted.
You got things to get to now.
Got me distracted.
We're 24 minutes into the show. You got plenty of time to talk about what you want to talk about.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw these last two at you.
Yeah.
So I'm standing out there. I just walked on the block, and they're sitting out there in front of the Knights of Columbus, right? A group of men, good fellas, gentlemen, distinguished gentlemen, sitting out there, right? And my boy's standing up in the doorway, and he asked me a question. He goes, "Yo," he calls me by my neighborhood name, my nickname, right? That nobody knows.
Oh, what is it? What is it?
I'm
what
not
is
telling
it?
nobody.
Come on, Tell us. Come on.
I'm not telling anybody. I'm not telling anybody. I'm telling Butch Kid. All right, it's my childhood name. So I go, yeah. And he goes, yeah. You know this guy? Now we're the same age. All the other guys, they're older guys. They're like us now. That we are now.
Yeah.
They're older guys, right? Maybe not as old as us, but they were older guys, right? And so I'm like, not really. I'm like, nah. He's like, and he goes, "You ever see this movie?" And he goes, "You ever see the Godfather?" I go, "Oh, the Godfather. Yeah, I heard about that. Great movie, right? But I never saw it. At that time I hadn't seen it, right? And I was like early 20s. So.
You didn't have a VCR.
No, I just didn't go to the movies. I didn't look at VCRs. I was standing out. I was out there, hanging out there. Hanging out there. I had to go see that. It's around me. It's around me. So he goes, yeah, and he mentions his name. I'm sorry, I'll be disrespectful. But you want to call Jose? Jose, our friend, right? Spanish guy. He goes, he sees all the movies. He sees all the movies, right? So I said, yeah, you want to go call Jose? I don't know where he's at, but he's probably around somewhere. He goes, no, you never seen him. No, I'm sorry, no disrespect, but
This story sounds familiar.
It might. I don't know. I'm like, I live this life. I live out here. I'm out here, right? I don't go. So I gotta go see the movie. I gotta see nobody pull out a burner and smack somebody with that. So that just the other day. That's the other day, right? So then he goes, yeah. You never heard of Robert De Niro? I go, yeah, the name sounds familiar.
The name sounds familiar.
It was Robert De Niro. Then another day it was Al Pacino. Oh. And then another day, before he had a show, guess who it was? It's about a guy from Queens who everybody loves.
Guy from Queens that everybody loves. Everybody loves Raymond?
Everybody. Ray Romano.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Just talking about it. And I was telling him about my boy. Go ahead. Ask me about it. Go ahead.
Who's your boy?
My boy we call him Rock. His name is Raymond, right? He was a smaller guy, right? Puerto Rican. And what happened is that we became real tight because one day somebody was talking trash to me from across the street. I mean, like, and we got the divider in the street, the island and stuff. You got the traffic going this way, traffic going that way. He's over on the other side, right? So some clown is talking trash. I'm like, I gotta give a freak. And these two boys ain't crossed the street yet. They ain't crossed the street. So I'm like, really? And so he comes to the island. He comes halfway over, and my boy Rock walks up to my right shoulder. I'm looking at this kid creep up on me. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, 1, 2, 3. He's across the street. You right here. I'm hurting you real quick, right? That's my thought. I'm gonna hurt you real quick, right? And he goes, yo, you all right, man? I go, yeah, everything all right. I said, you sure? Yeah. And he's standing there on my right wing, right? I said, okay, all right, cool. And dude is looking at us, and now he's like, looking between the two of us. And I go, yo, so you all right? He goes, yeah. And he walks back across the street. So he became my boy, and I'm telling him about this, right? I'm telling Bill about this. This is a different occasion. This is not when De Niro was there. That's not when De Niro was there. And so all of a sudden he's in trouble for some BS. I don't know what it was. I got an idea what it was, but and he's standing across the street. He's like across the street on the next corner. It's like multiple corners, like 1, 2, 3 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, because it's like a divided street like that, right?
You're really deviating,
Yeah. Anyway,
you lost me.
This is what happened. So we're talking, and I start to tell him, because he's in trouble with the gentleman here, right? Because of the knuckleheads that was running the shop that he was in. He used to run the shop, but they put him in charge and they losing money. I'm like, hold up, but what they got to do with him? First of all, what
I don't know.
what they got to do with him? You know, why you even talking to me about this? I haven't been around in like months. I literally haven't been around in months. Why are you talking to me about this? So look, man, let me tell you about this kid, man. Let me tell you how loyal he is. And I told him about the thing about what happened, right? I'm like, yeah, this is what happened, right? So I told him what happened. So then I turn around and I go, okay, this is how it is. And I tell him about an incident where we were walking down the street, and I was like, yo, don't say nothing to nobody. We're just walking down the street. We don't want to say nothing to nobody, right? We're going to go from here to the other side of the hill, right? We're from this side of the hill, we go to the other side of the hill. And I started telling him how, you know, how next thing I know, a car turns around, and I hear, yo, I go, what? He goes, that car's turning around. I go, what? what car? I'm like, what car? And I look, there's a Cadillac, the old school Eldorado.
Oh, yeah.
The old school Eldorado turned around, all white.
Oh, boy.
Right? I've seen this car in the neighborhood before, right? I know where it's from. And they come around, they turn around, and the guy get out. He goes, yo, yeah. He goes, yo, you all right? You all right? You know, yeah, you all right? Yeah, all right, okay. What do you do to these guys, man? What do you do to them? They turn around, yeah. Nothing. So I said, okay, look, we're going to walk from here, and now we're going to get to the dangerous territory, which is about 3 blocks. These next 3 blocks is dangerous, right? Don't say nothing to nobody, right? Look, let's just walk through, right? Okay, we get to walking. The very next, as soon as we cross the street, like a few houses down, they're sitting on the stoop, and people standing up, and this knucklehead goes, yo, what's your boy's problem? I'm like, what? What happened? I'm talking to what happened? Why you addressing me? And my man is sitting on the porch, right? We cool. That's why I just nodded at him. We cool, right? And so apparently he's talking about something out of this world. I'm like, yo, what's up with your man? And then the guy across the street, they selling weed.
Uh-oh.
Out the front door. And he's and I, yeah, right. and you don't talk, right? I mean, you really don't talk. At certain places, you don't talk. You just nod. You tip your head or whatever. You don't just talk. You don't talk to people. So he nods and nod, and I'm walking. The guy's talking. I'm like, man, first of all, I'm ignoring you. Look, I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna smack at your man if you keep talking trash. I'm walking. We walk. So I'm just telling. We go past there. I go, yo, don't say nothing to nobody. All right? Don't look at them. Don't nod at them. Don't just keep walking. Right. By the time we get to the corner, I hear yo. I hear it, but I ain't looking because it's coming from down the street. This tree. This tree shadowy covered block, right? Trees on both sides. I mean, thick.
A tree grows in Brooklyn.
No, trees grows in Brooklyn. Jungle grows in Brooklyn. And I hear, yo, right? There's no light whatsoever. You can't see nothing. And he goes, yo, they're calling you.
Me?
What? And I was like, what? What are you talking about? They're calling you from down that block. Like, I know who it is. I know it. It's a high percentage. I know who it is. I know the person's voice, but I'm not hearing it. I want to go ahead. So, all right. So, you remember the scene from not Distinguished Gentleman. It's Distinguished Gentleman with Ray LaMotto and Joe Pesci and what was it? The movie.
Oh.
Goodfellas?
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Yeah. All right, so that scene in Goodfellas when Robert De Niro points at Ray LaMotto's wife and goes, yeah, go ahead. And she goes, nah. I said, yo, go ahead.
Get your shine box.
Yeah, go down there and see what they want, man. I ain't going down there and get robbed. I know the people. I ain't going down there because I know they knuckleheads. So let's just keep walking. Now, mind you, we haven't gotten 1 block yet. We just finished 1 block.
Is this story almost over?
This story is just about over. We cross the next street, and I hear, yo. What? Why are they yo-yoing us?
Why are they yo-yoing you? Yo.
The guy goes, what's up with your man? I'm like,
again?
Why are you asking me? Everybody loves this guy. It's like, why are you asking me? Ask him. What? Yo, you need to watch what you're looking at. Talking about his girl.
Oh,
He was looking at his girl. I ain't paying no attention to this. Look, I got like 4 more blocks to go, man. After this block, I got 4 more blocks. You know, I said, you know what, dude? I just remember I'm going back home. Go back home. And we cut down the street. We turn around and go back. I was like, yo, we go down this street where I know nobody's there but family, right? There's only family on this block, so I walk down this block and say, we gone, man. No, I ain't going down there. I'll deal with some other day, man. Because she was crazy. Anyway, I deviate.
You certainly did.
You started this, man. You said
Okay.
name who, right? Anyway,
Okay. Well, now you said a name in there. Was
What name?
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. Did you know the difference between Al Pacino and Jimmy Kimmel?
No, they look so much alike.
They look so much alike.
Yeah, I know that difference between Al Pacino and
No,
Jimmy
you know
Kimmel.
that whole thing, right?
Don't know what happened.
Jimmy Kimmel and Donald Trump had a little war going on.
What? Don't say he confused the two.
He confused because he said it was the worst Academy Awards ever, and the Jimmy Kimmel is the worst host, and he didn't even say the winner is, and he's like, Jimmy Kimmel's like, that wasn't me that read it. It was Al Pacino.
Yeah.
and so basically he was saying, well, I guess Donald Trump doesn't know the difference between Jimmy Kimmel and Al Pacino. So yeah, look it up. It's funny.
Yeah, it figures that he would. And people just let stuff like that go. Now, if Biden did it, oh my God, this guy shouldn't be near the nuclear codes.
That's my point. And I don't think Trump has all his marbles.
He don't have all his marbles.
I mean, big news, right? That's not big news, but he shouldn't point the finger at Biden. And by the way, I saw an interview with Howard Stern, Joe Biden and Howard Stern.
Oh yeah, okay.
And it was over an hour long, no teleprompter, just the two of them.
There's 2 people in the room.
Just 2 people in a room talking,
right?
And they talked. He talked off the top. I mean, he grew up with a stammer.
Yeah,
you know, so he stutters a little bit, and it makes him sound like he doesn't have it all together.
right.
But he does. He's got it all up here.
He's holding him. He's not trying to ramble along. He's holding himself down to control a physical, right? Because stuttering is a physical. I don't want to say disability, but it's a physical problem with somebody when they stutter. I don't know if it's with the correlation between their speaking or in their brain, or it's just a physical thing, right?
It's a little different for everyone.
Yeah, it's a little different from everyone. And so this guy with the childhood forever having physical ailment actually articulates himself better than somebody who graduated from Yale and was a multi-billionaire. Now we see why he's broke.
He ain't a billionaire anymore.
When I say we're not talking about Biden, we're talking about Trump.
Right.
But that's what they do. And I said this before. Whatever they're guilty of, whatever nefarious act or actions that they're engaging in, or how do I say that they engage in, they want to deflect and push it off to somebody else. For example, you said the Jimmy Kimmel thing, right? They keep talking about strong guy. I like strong guys. And look who he's using for his examples. Is he using Ronald Reagan? No. Is he using Dwight Eisenhower? No. Is he using Teddy Roosevelt? No. Who's he using? He's using Putin. Who else? Xi. Who else? Kim Jong-un. Who else? All people who got
dictators.
They got 2 things in common. They are dictators and they're all communists.
Yeah.
Think about that. They are all communists. And here's the crazy thing. For the guy who want to keep talking about how tough I'm going to be against all these things and so on and so forth, these Russia and how strong I'm going to be, he says he wants to get rid of, or he wants to attack, wipe out, penalize, send the Justice Department after, news agencies.
So we're not going to have freedom of speech anymore.
Want to get rid of freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And for the people who keep talking about the defenders of freedom of speech, it's kind of It's kind of hypocritical because you're supporting the guy who says he wants to get rid of it.
There are people in this country that
Uh-huh.
believe that we need a dictator.
That we need a dictator. Exactly. We need a strong guy. But if you want that strong guy, you don't want a moron like this guy. Because believe me, he's not that guy. You know who a strong guy was? I'll tell you who a strong guy was. A strong guy was Barack Obama, who stood up against all of these agents of tyranny. It was George Bush, to an extent, that backed down a lot of these people who they thought he was dumb. I thought he was kind of dumb too, but that's not the point. The point is that he didn't allow them to walk over him. Bill Clinton didn't allow them to walk over him. George Herbert Walker Bush, he had a lot of stuff, but he didn't allow them to walk over him. Ronald Reagan didn't allow them to walk over him. Even who's the one before him? Jimmy Carter didn't allow them to walk over him. These are strong guys. You don't see them as strong because they were diplomatic, but they're strong. Just because you talk that loud trash and blah, 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 that don't mean nothing. We know what a bully is. Suge Knight. Suge Knight was a very violent person, from what I hear, and he talked loud and stuff. But as soon as he got caught up and he was locked up in prison, oh my God, a different story. It's a different story. So people want to come with all this bluster and all this bravado, and when they actually have to face somebody, face them down, stare them down, eye to eye, man to man, nose to nose, toe to toe, all of a sudden they shrink down, they shrivel down. You know what I'm saying? That's him. That's Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not. He is not that tough guy. He's a guy who talks tough. I can tell you right now, he's never had a fight in his life. So he don't know what it is to get punched. He probably bullied a lot of people because he was a bully.
I wonder if he did.
I can't imagine him not having done that because of how he grew up. Look at him. He don't have swagger.
Joe Biden talks about dealing with a bully.
Joe Biden talks about it. There's an incident that somebody was talking about. Oh my gosh. Said Willie Wright or some name like that. I forgot what it was. And no, don't start that. Because I'm gonna keep going. You're gonna have me stop trying to figure it out. So what happened was that there's an incident with Joe Biden, and I looked it up. It turned out to be real. It was a scenario where there was a bully, some bullies in a swimming pool incident. He was a lifeguard, and they couldn't go into the pool in a certain way, and he was like standing up to him, and they were like, trying to intimidate him, and apparently he picked up a freaking bat and he's like, "Yo, let's do this, man."
He was the only white lifeguard.
He was the only white lifeguard, and he was like, "No, you don't get to do that here," and he stood up to him, and it was like crazy, and it turned out to be a real story.
Yeah,
you would think it was a joke, but it was a real story. How do I know? I looked it up. I looked it up a few months ago. That's why it's not fresh in my head, but it was a real incident. And the person who was involved in it said, yeah, it happened.
So what you're saying is Joe Biden would win in a fight?
Now it's a different story because the Trump fall on him, it'll be a different story. But I think that once Biden tag him, and I don't think Biden wouldn't tag him, I think Biden would really snuff Donald Trump because he don't like him. He don't like him. But he acknowledges that, he has a right to his opinion, but he just don't like him. Because whatever people want to say, Joe Biden really puts America first. Joe Biden puts America first. Donald Trump puts himself first. I'll give you a prime example. And then we're going to see how much more time I have left. But like 10 minutes or something?
You got about 15.
15 minutes. Okay, here's a scenario. Not a scenario, but something that's going on with Trump. You hear him always talking about China, right?
China.
And you want to talk about Russia,
China.
Putin. They keep bringing up all these dictators and all that, right? And how he keeps lambasting their states, their countries, and their positions and stuff. But in the same time, he keep adulating them. Oh, they're so great. She's so powerful. Yeah. So he wants to bring that to America, but that's something else. That's a different story. You know how he keep talking about them, right? Iran, all these countries. But here's a little tidbit of information that nobody else is going to put out there. It's like when I said about Ukraine and Russia having over 20% combined of the natural the wheat, or one of those like grain things, right? Here's something. Donald Trump, when you hear about all those billions of dollars he got, Donald Trump got over 600 trademarks worldwide, international trademarks that he acquired or started accumulating as the President of the United States. Think about that. Think about that. His money is tied up outside of our nation with other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Russia, he has over over half a dozen trademarks with Russia. He has over in what's that country in not Brazil, the other one.
Peru?
The other one where they just had the dictator.
Venezuela?
Venezuela. He has like a half a dozen or a dozen trademarks in Venezuela. Okay. Ukraine. He has trademarks in Ukraine. Okay. He has trademarks in guess where? You ready?
Russia.
I said Russia already. Well, you could bring that up again.
Okay.
Go ahead, bring it up. Russia. Guess where? Iran. He has a half a dozen trademarks in Iran. Now, listen to where he has the number one. Those are like 84 altogether. Those like 84, right? Now listen where he has the number one. First, his daughter. No, that's good. That's good. How many seconds should we give that? Like 20 seconds?
I think it's about now.
Okay, that's good.
And the answer is?
The answer is clue. His daughter has over 15 trademarks in this country.
Ooh.
Okay, another clue. Bruce Lee. Okay, another clue. Jackie Chan.
Japan? No.
Did you just say Japan?
No.
I said Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. You said Japan.
You already said China.
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 China. It's not China. It's China.
China. It's China.
It's China.
China. Like with a G.
I see you saw Shang-Chi too, right? His daughter has over 15 trademarks in China.
China.
He has over 135 trademarks in China. You think about that. I want you to really think about that. And he keeps bad-mouthing these countries, right? And at the same time, he has total adulation, and he's doing business with countries that he's not supposed to be doing business, because he's not supposed to be doing business with Iran as an American citizen. Okay? I want y'all to think about that. Now we're going to try and talk about something else.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I can make you deviate easily.
Let's try. If you're not deviating towards the NBA,
Let me see what you want to talk about. NBA?
If you're not deviating towards the NBA, then we got to get that music. Can we use that music?
Which music?
The NBA music.
It's probably copyrighted.
Okay.
What is the NBA music?
I don't know.
You can hum it.
I can't even hum it. Yeah. I can't even hum the football music, man. What's
Dun,
that?
dun, dun, dun. That's the Monday night. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, that's Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
I can't even do that.
I don't know the NBA.
Yeah. Well, anyway, NBA. We're gonna go with the NBA.
I don't know anything about the Knicks. I've just been following the Knicks.
Oh no, okay. You just know about the Knicks. The Knicks are doing it. Who is it? Brunson?
Brunson, man,
Brunson.
he's on fire.
Bronson, that other kid, I want to say Park.
Harkenstein. I like saying his name, Harkenstein.
The big guy.
Yeah.
The big guy, the
Yeah.
center. Yeah. And then you got the Vinci. Anyway, stop it, man. You tried to deviate me. The Knicks, they're doing it. They're 3-1. They're up 3-1 now over Philadelphia. And Dr. J was there. That's the first game I ever seen in Madison Square Garden was the New York Knicks versus Philadelphia. And the Knicks beat Dr. J in Philadelphia. Yep, that's true.
I saw Dr. J when he was on the Nets.
Nets, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. The Dr. J won, a couple ABA
Two ABA
championship-
titles with
two
the
A-
Nets, yeah.
Two ABA titles with the Nets. So when he came
Nassau
to...
Coliseum.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's from, isn't he from Nassau or something? From Long Island?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's from
Yeah.
out. Yeah, Dr. J, the origins of Dr. J. So yeah, wow. A lot of the great superstars from back in the days come from the ABA.
Yeah.
That was the American Basketball Association.
Yep. The red, white, and blue basketball.
Red, white, and blue. That's who introduced the red, white, and blue basketball.
And the 3-point shot came from the ABA.
And the 3-point shot. So when people be talking about all these great 3-point shooters and how Larry Bird was in this and this and that, the NBA didn't get the 3-point shot or adopt the 3-point shot until I want to say 1976-77 season.
Something like that.
When the ABA came here. And matter of fact, also the slam dunk contest didn't come until the same time because they didn't have the slam dunk contest in the NBA or the three-point shot or the slam dunk contest. That came from the ABA.
And I want to say that ABA had a 30-second clock, not a 24-second.
I don't remember the time clock that they had, but a lot of things. Great players came from there. Not Daryl Doctor, George Gervin, a ton of. I can't.
I only know Dr. J.
Yeah, I can't even go with the Doctor.
I can remember who were the four teams that came over.
Was it Indiana?
Indiana, the Nets, of course.
They had changed the name of a team when they came over. I think it was 8, and 4 of them died out.
I think initially it was started off as 8, but only 4 of them actually came.
Right.
I don't know if I know the answer. I know it was Indiana. The Denver.
Denver, right? The Denver Nuggets.
And it might have been. Was it the
Milwaukee.
Jazz?
Utah.
Well, they were New Orleans.
Right.
Was it New Orleans?
I think it was New Orleans.
I don't know if that's correct.
No, that sounds about right. It was It was because the Jazz came from New Orleans before they got the Pelicans.
Yeah, which is Utah really should have thought of a new name. Like whoever heard of Jazz in Utah.
Yeah, Jazz. Yeah, that's my cousin. I have to do with that. That's my cousin. He's over there with my other cousin. They're about to make me a third cousin. I'm glad you didn't catch that. So yeah, what was I talking about? The NBA. I want to be clear about this, right? Because somebody was talking trash, right?
Oh, the Spurs.
The Spurs. Yeah, San Antonio.
Yeah.
With George Gervin, the Iceman, with the finger roll. Oh man, you ever seen that guy? That got a finger. He got a swing finger roll. That became a big. That was a sensation. Who was one of the greatest players ever? George Gervin.
Yeah, George Gervin. I remember him.
Yeah. So yeah.
See, I know a little bit about basketball, just a little bit.
And I know a little bit more than what y'all think, especially that buffoon. I don't want to say buffoon. That individual that questioned me because I said they wanted to put the no flop rule, the LeBron James, the king flop rule in place next year. It's like, no, they would have got it in this year. Oh, that's why LeBron hasn't been flopping so much. Anyway, it's called an end game penalty. And if they perceive you as overreacting, being dramatizing and stuff like that, and doing flops and all that stuff, they get to give you a tech.
Like an Italian soccer player, right? Italian football player.
I don't really watch football, but if you say so.
No, the Italians, they're always
flocking.
They're drama queens.
Oh, the only reason why they
I'm
scored,
Italian, so I can say that.
The only reason why they scored on me was because I got kicked in my face.
Yeah.
Oh, but the play's on the other side. Yes, my friend, my paisano. Anyway, see, you guys are. Let me finish this off. Anyway, they got the no flop rule, right? And apparently, you got they'll give you a tech. They won't kick you out, but they'll give you a unsportsmanlike conduct tech, right? If you get two, they're gonna kick you out the game for 2 techs, right? So yeah, I just wanted to mention that, and I want to clear something up and make this very clear. When it comes
you sound like Richard Nixon now.
When it comes to the LA
You are
Lakers,
no crook.
when it comes to LA Lakers, right? When it comes to the LA Lakers, okay, I never said that they were going to sweep the LA Lakers. Everybody else said that. I never said that. I never even applied that, right? Until the other day when they was up 3-1. They might sweep them now. And that'll be the second time that the LA Lakers have been swept under LeBron James. They've never been swept before, right? Except for last year. Denver swept them last year in the West Coast in the Western Conference Finals, right? And if they'd have got swept this year, that'd be 2 times, right? Okay, but I never said that. What I said was that with Anthony Davis, though LeBron has a young team with him, a young talented team, and with Anthony Davis, especially when he started playing the way he was playing, I said, you know what? I can't see LA getting swept. Forget LeBron, right? I can't see LA getting swept. And, well, they staved off the impossible, whatever.
So it's 3-1. I'm looking that up right now.
Yeah, it's 3-1.
Okay.
And they play in Denver tonight, I think.
So if the Knicks win the series, when the Knicks win the series, because they just need one more game, right? They'll play the winner of Bucks and Pacers.
Yeah, Indiana.
Yeah.
Which it looks like it's going to be Indiana. Because
it's 3-1 Indiana.
Yeah, because right now
that's like a classic rematch of the '90s.
That's what they said. Yeah. This is the first time they will have fought. They will have fought because they used to have fights in like 28 years or something like that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, since the '90s.
Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
I remember that. Remember that game? It was like
the choke day.
Reggie Miller went off.
Yeah. The people don't understand. Reggie Miller was a a-hole, but that kid could play.
Yeah,
He's the one that really started all this moving without the ball stuff. Well, he's not the one, but he's the one that popularized, and also the floppy. Okay, but let's go on. I never said that LA was going to be would get swept. Okay, I want to be clear about that, because Anthony Davis was too good a player, and he's playing like that person who we thought, that many people thought that he is or could be or would be had he not had all those injuries. All right, let's be clear about that. I want to clarify this, okay? So with that being said, what?
Are you ending the show? Is that it?
I guess I'm finished. The next show is going to be on. How much time we got?
You got about a minute.
Okay, the next show is going to be on the comparison between Trump and and black folk. Also, I want to talk about the crimes that black folk are held accountable from inception, conception, and the rest of our lives, our entire lives. Okay, that's going to be a good one.
A little teaser.
Yeah. Teaser. Now I'm gonna go out with this. A 1-2.
You have a little bit of time. Tell your audience to hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Follow me. Yeah, just hit the like button. Follow along, because this is the B-roll experience.
This is the B-roll. Right now, this is the real B-roll.
This is the real B-roll. So y'all follow along, right? Tell the people who y'all know, boom, 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 because really, this is when we start kicking it into high gear.
When is it? Like, you're talking about, like, close to election time.
Like, before the election time, we're going to be in gear. So I'm going to call this a wrap. Can I just stand here and look handsome?
Yes.
Devin?
Good luck with that.
What? This is what I give, man. I give backhand compliments.